Okay, you ready to put mine on? It's your house.
Okay, we are recording. We are live.
Okay, great. Okay, apologies everybody for the late start. Let's get going. Let's call this meeting to order. Would someone like to take a look at the minutes? Has everybody done that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not yet. Not yet.
I move we approve the minutes.
Thank you, Patty.
I
I'll
will
second.
second it. It's Sally.
There we go. Nancy second. Doesn't matter. Okay. Are there any public comments this evening? God, I hope not. Only
Since
because
we're not using the normal city link because they never sent it to me.
Okay.
We are just on a Zoom between arts and culture, so that is not
Okay.
available at this time, but I am recording this and we'll
Okay.
put it out there.
That's only good because I'm not sure how we'd have made that work. Kyle, is there an update
Wait,
from City Council?
do we need to take a vote on approval of the minutes?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Thank you, Marion.
No problem.
Just approved. We did approve. Is there a yay or a nay? Everybody yay on this?
Well,
Yes.
yay. This is Sally. I say yay.
Yay. This is Pam.
Who are you?
Nancy.
Identify.
This is
Nancy,
Patty.
yay.
Okay.
Mary,
Okay. Wow. Okay. Did we get everybody?
I believe so.
Okay, so we don't have Giselle or Tavia this evening, is that correct? We have Tavia, yeah.
Tavia is here.
Hi, hon.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm here too.
Hi, excellent. Oh, good, good. All right. Let's see. There's next on the City Council update. Kyle, anything?
The update that I have is just that the bids came in for the roundabout landscaping, and they came in high, a lot higher than what was anticipated. But the council discussed it and it advised the city to move forward with the project anyway. So that's the plan.
Yay.
That is
good
wonderful
news.
news.
And Tom, if you have
Okay.
anything to add to that, you can.
I do. So it's one of the things that made it super, like, it was 240,000 was the low bid. We had 100. One of the things that will save some cost is that we're going to start it in the spring. So it's just a one-time deal where these companies were doing two startups, one to do the landscaping or the rock work and all that stuff. Then they were going to have to come back and do the landscaping later in the spring. So it's looking like we'll start sometime in February, March. They are going to put it back out to bid to the lowest two bidders for the project. So we don't have a rebid yet, but so that's what I know on my end.
Okay.
We did, as you guys all know, we put that grant application in with the Lions. I was able to clarify that the city is paying for the landscaping and the Arts and Culture Board is raising funds for the artwork specifically. We have a contact that I have, Joseph O'Connor, who is going to help push for us to get the funding that we need. It's not a promise or a guarantee, but we do have someone who's going to work for us.
And I sent a message to Alan Workman, who's also in Lions, concerning that and explained to him about the funding for the landscaping. So,
Okay.
We'll see. Who knows?
And he was going to try to get us a time where we could go and just kind of give a quick spiel before. My understanding is it's not going to be until February because it's going to be after their carnival is when they start, is when they distribute the money because they need to know how much money they're going to have to distribute.
Okay. Well, that's all promising news. Does anyone have another comment on roundabout issue at this point? Okay.
I think that's pretty clear.
Was that Sally? Yes.
That was Sally.
Do you need something, Sally?
No, I said that was pretty clear.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
you popped up and you're looking great.
Yeah. Okay, so next item is the year in the life photo contest. Did everyone get a chance to review the photos?
Yep.
Yes.
I did.
And has Tom done the tally?
I am waiting on 3 people.
Oh,
That,
I did not get anything. Do you want me to call out the people who did not vote yet?
Yeah.
yes.
that was me.
Pavia, Patty, Giselle, and Kyle. I did not get a vote from them.
All right.
Hold on,
vote it
let
up,
me take a
guys.
look. Sorry,
So-
I didn't realize we were doing that before the meeting.
I didn't either.
So I have
Yeah.
5 votes. I have 5 votes right now. One of the pictures has 2, and then the other 3 have 1.
Whoops. Okay.
So it's up in the air.
Yeah. All right. So everybody take a look and get a hold of Tom by tomorrow. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
Can
fine.
they just, if they can look at it now, they can just post something in chat to Tom privately at the bottom of the screen.
Where do we look at it?
Yeah, I didn't get the link for it.
There was
So
an
did you not get an email from me this morning?
It was an
Huh.
email.
I'll have to go back in and look. Because I got that email that said trick or
So-
treat
Yeah, if you
about
go
the
to
Zoom meeting.
frutaart.org, go to the
I
year
see
of
it
the
now.
life, and we are voting on the October photos. And we had some really, really good pictures. I'm glad I don't have to decide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was difficult.
Yeah. But cool that we're getting so many, applicants and or people
So-
interested. Yeah.
Why don't you guys just take a look at it, email me, and I'll email everybody tomorrow. Will that work so we can move on?
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
thank you.
Okay, very good.
Okay, quick one, Marion, do you have anything to let us know about Wellspring?
Yeah, I actually have some good news. So reached out to Lowe's for paint, and they're going to donate about 15 gallons of paint.
Oh,
So
go.
cover the paint for one side of the mural, and we also received $2,500 from the Western Colorado Community Foundation, the Evelyn Hale
Oh,
Fund.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I reached out to Teddy Gillespie. Thank you again, Patty, for making that connection. But as you guys,
Welcome.
several of us went last year, and I reached out to her again after we didn't get the grant. And I just said, we're a little short on funds. And she came back and said, I have $2,500 for you. So given that amount of money, I think we are set on being able to do both sides of both murals. So 75 feet on one and 75 feet on the other. And Pavia has been just awesome to work with. And I wanted to ask you, Tom, what the process is for us going to the city to request those walls on the 6 and 50 underpass.
Let me talk with Turi on that one.
Okay,
'cause
because I
he's
think,
the one who got everything squared away for the other murals.
okay,
I think we do need to reach out to CDOT. But what that entails, I was not a part of the last time we did that. So
okay, well, just let me know and we can make that happen.
yeah, I've got a note here to do that.
But it's coming together. We have enough money to do everything sort of as we had planned, and I will start putting more things together. I'm kind of waiting until after the first of the year and make this thing go one way or the other. So COVID or not, we've got backup plans. We'll make it work.
Yay, thank you, Marion.
That's great. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Okay. Next item, the scholarship update. Sally, has your group met? No.
No, we have not. Life has happened with me. We are meeting Monday at 5:15 with a Zoom call. I am
Okay.
going to the tourism mini grant and making some changes over to the Arts and Culture Board. I'm doing it in
Okay.
red, and I will get that emailed out with the link for the Zoom call on Monday by Friday or Saturday, so that you all have it Monday.
Okay.
Trying to kind of shorten it down, if at all possible, so that it's fairly simple, since we will be dealing more with students, teachers, and a few businesses, rather than people doing large events. So it'll be a little bit different, but it's a good guideline to go by. And then we have to give it to the city to get their approval and make sure everything is legalese as it should be.
Super, great. Okay, well, I look forward to hearing what y'all come up with on Monday. Great. And everybody that's on that committee knows they're on it? Yes?
I think so.
Okay. Because that is not the whole group, correct?
Pardon me?
It is not the entire board, correct?
No.
We've got a subcommittee.
No, the committee is Sally, me, Giselle, Pavi, and Kyle.
Okay. Okay, next item. Patty, you were approached about
Yeah.
the Parade of Light. What's the status on
Oh.
that?
I don't know. They are taking they want to see how many people want to participate.
Parade of lights
So-
with the chamber.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's off.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, there won't be a
Okay.
parade of lights this year. They're looking at doing some more of a downtown business, kind of a show off, who can do the best like display instead this year.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay, no parade then.
okay. All right, then we don't have to figure out if we want to participate. Okay, the next item then is the Frost Master Plan update, Tom.
Yeah, so I just wanted you guys to be aware that the master plan's about that thick, and not everybody really wants to read it. So I could send it to you if you'd like. But there's a couple points in the master plan that specifically talk about the Arts and Culture Board. I don't know if I need to share my screen. I can just read it to you. Can you all see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they used the community survey to come up with some things. They also took Pavia's input that she gave after one of those earlier meetings. And so they have three goals, well, 2 goals and one more of a suggestion that's going to be within the master plan. And so on policy 1.4.2, the community survey responses indicate a desire for additional community events and festivals. It suggests the Fruta Parks and Recreation apply assessment criteria to city-sponsored events. And 1.4.2 says work with Fruta Arts and Culture Board to create desirable arts-oriented programs for families and youth, as well as art-focused festivals and events. As staff consider the program areas which their responsible consideration should be made to evaluate a specific activity. So that's in there as a policy, is that we'll be working with you guys to not only do programs, but events. Another policy 2.2, which is providing youth and health benefiting, engaging activities and inviting spaces year round. Policy 2.2.5 is develop an art in our parks program in coordination with the Arts and Culture Board to provide youth and others with opportunities to make park improvements through public art. So that's going to be in our 10-year plan to do an art in the park. And then also there was a big desire for non-traditional type programs. And it's suggested that arts-oriented programs should be coordinated with the Fruta Arts and Culture Board. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware that that's in the plan.
Okay.
So when we come back to you and say, well, it's in the plan, I didn't want you guys to be surprised, but so I think you guys, it'll give us direction and give us something to go on, especially with the art in the corner, or if we wanted to do the rotating art program.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're definitely going to need to get with you guys to come up with some sort of art program, because it hit all areas. I mean, it was everywhere from the parents with 3 to 5 year olds to the middle school. They did a survey for the high school. Even the high school kids were wanting art programs and art, maybe even an art space. And so all of that stuff. So the art piece showed up within the survey. And the way the survey was kind of funky, because there was a lot of suggestions, and like shade was at the very top, shade structures. And when I took the Grand Junction Parks and Rec one, it was kind of the same thing. And those were all like higher priority projects with some of the art stuff, but it's still rated pretty high. And it did come across all different. It wasn't just one age group in specifically. So.
Well, I think that gives us some nice guidelines for goal setting for, next year and beyond. So I appreciate that. And Pavia, thank you for attending that meeting and having some input there.
Sure.
I forwarded that email that you sent to me onto her, and she looks like she incorporated it. So good job.
Yay. Thanks, Tom. That's awesome.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, on to the real meaty part of our meeting. We want to do an online fundraising effort. And I've spent a good bit of time going over a lot of different platforms. And I have to tell you guys, I think that given the size of our group, the demographic of our community, the monies we have available to do this thing, I really feel like the Indiegogo is the way to go. Sorry, I had to. It's a very easy format. I think it's very approachable. There still will be a whole lot of effort on our part, but that would be my recommendation for us, as opposed to doing a silent auction where we're scrambling again and trying to get items, limitations we've talked about with offering experiences and that kind of thing in this pandemic environment. So the one thing I will say about the Indiegogo is it's focused on one thing. We had talked about doing fund a need button in 3 categories, and it was a little more elaborate than I think we need to be. And I think a campaign like this Indiegogo, focusing on one thing very clearly, that's our ask, is the way to go. And I'll make a recommendation. I think given that the roundabout project is lingering, and I know we've been given permission to move on, but I feel strongly about getting this thing wrapped up. And if we can kind of contribute, my recommendation would be that's our focus. It continues Bill's effort, in his memory, in lieu of the stroll, and it will help us, get this project moving. What do y'all think?
I'm in favor of it.
I am
I'm
too.
too.
It's, we have money that we can use. We're okay money-wise on the things that we want to go forward with. So we do have the luxury of focusing on that, getting it done, and letting people know we got it done, helped, I think will help us more in the long run.
I agree.
I do too. It looks like we're totally focused, and the community is going to see that too.
Yes.
It
Nancy.
will also help with some of the lingering costs, because every time we have to go back and set a new piece of art, it's more than just the artwork itself.
Yeah.
It's mobilizing the crews to go and set it. And so if we can do a big push to just get the art project done, and we do it all at once, it'll save us some considerable amount of money.
Can we do it call it in memory of Bill? Can we?
Well, there's certainly an element that we can incorporate in there. I'll kind of backtrack a little bit or move forward a bit. Part of what I liked about the Indiegogo is it's very video friendly. And so having interviews and, sound bites and different elements, certainly a campaign like this, heartstrings, you tug the heartstrings if you can.
Yeah.
And I think that is, Bill is tugging all of our heartstrings. And I think that is an avenue that we should maybe look into.
Right. And I think if we make a list of all of the vendors, the wine companies, all of the beer companies, that I think that they would probably get right on that as a memorial to Bill for this year, and then carry on next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this thing has a lot of moving parts. Indiegogo recommends 2 months with a team of people to put together a campaign like this. So we still have time, but we will need to, get very focused, figure out when we want to launch this campaign, and then get a very distinct timeline so we are not scrambling, because this is pretty new to all of us except Fabia.
So what if we did it, instead of ending at March 6th, we carry it on just a little bit further?
Mm-hmm. Well, there are many ways we could do this. And I think that it was kind of a cool idea of Pam's to launch prior and have the big ta-da in what would have been the art stroll.
Right.
Yes, that March 6th.
I like that. It's either we begin or end it.
There are lots of ways to go with that. So we could end it on the 6th, meaning we're going to have to hustle a little harder to be ready to go if we're going to run this thing for a month.
Right.
Or
basically, with the holidays, it gives us January.
Right.
Yeah. I think we had a launch at the 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a lead up to it in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you guys know, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but Indiegogo campaigns have a maximum of 60 days that they can run. So that's just another thing to keep in mind.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
If we set it up, Pavia, if I understand it correctly, if we set it up with the flexible goal, we can extend it in terms of the dollar amount and the time frame up to 60 days. Is that correct?
Well, I think the maximum is still 60 days. I'm kind of looking at it right now. Let's see, because it looks like a lot of people choose to do a 30-day one and then they'll go ahead and extend it to 60 days. Yeah, it looks like 60 days is the maximum. You can, if you choose, if you initially choose a time that's less than 60 days, you can choose to extend it up to 60 days later. But yeah, it looks like 60 is the max.
Okay.
Okay. So two things. Oh, and my brain just flipped. Two things. We need to figure out, we know we're asking for the roundabout. What is our goal dollar amount?
I can tell you what the art is going to cost us.
Okay.
Right.
And I think
But
we
we
have some, and I think we have some time because you're not seeing my emails, are you?
No,
What's on the screen right now?
Oh, it
It's
is?
meeting minutes or the meeting
Okay.
agenda. I mean,
Oh, yes, the agenda. Okay. Okay.
Tom, will your amount include the seed money that we've already raised as well as what we've asked from the Lions Club?
So they're going to use all of the funds that you guys raised for the first couple, not this year's. So I think it's about 33,000,
Okay.
but 5 of that goes to specifically to Jeff for all the work he's done leading up to the design.
Right.
And then
So-
you can say hi quickly. Say hi.
Hi, buddy.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, you should go sit down.
All right.
So
I've got that list of each sculpture, the cost of each sculpture.
yeah, that's the one I'm looking for.
Okay, the horse, 25, bike, 16, hiker, 12, tree, 9, kayak, 8, tractor, 10.
There you have it.
35, 45.
80,000.
Yep. Thank you.
I'm not gonna break.
And then
Okay.
take away the 25,000 that would be left after we pay Jeff that initial.
Right.
fee.
Right.
And then we
20.
asked Lions Club for 25, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We asked
Yeah.
for 25 was our max ask. Our least ask was
And
10.
Okay.
Go with least and be grateful for the most.
we don't have to determine a dollar amount, today. Certainly, it'd be great to know whether we got the Lions thing or not, or how much we got, and we can kind of, figure from there. What I did want to bring up is Indiegogo for this particular campaign, because we're not an individual. This is a project that we're trying to fund. Indiegogo takes 5% of the monies earned. Okay. They also have a 3% and 30 cents transaction fee for each and every donation. So when we're setting all this up, we need to kind of keep that in mind. If we're asking for X amount, thinking, cool, we've got to account for the fact that 5% and the transaction fees are going to come right off the bat. Okay.
Okay.
And that maybe we ask for a minimum donation, Because honestly, $5 with 3% and 33 cents off of it is, you know, I don't know how
So
gonna have to
we can,
respond to each of these
we can
donations.
do, we can do two different campaigns. So
What do
we
you
can
mean,
still
Tom?
go, so if we have maybe some people that we think that might have deeper pockets, we go to them with the sponsorship pack and meet with them in person where they would cut the check directly to the city.
Right.
Where this one is, we're going to send out to a lot of the people that have attended the evening of art, you know, the 250, the 100 to $500 people we would send to this one.
Cool.
Right.
That's yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. They recommend that before the campaign, if you can pre-sell up to 30% of your ultimate goal, it looks better when you launch, that people care about your project and you've got momentum. People are much more apt to donate to something like that than one starting from ground zero.
Oh, that's true. They see money.
Yeah.
It's like looking at the, whatever it is
Right.
for United Way or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tips in
So
the
we
bar.
say,
Tip jar in the bar.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. The temp. We need a temp.
Yeah.
Temperature.
So I guess because this effort isn't for freebie, there's going to be a little bit of outlay on the front end. We've got perks to consider for donors at different levels. Some of it is existing already. We've got stickers, we've got some glasses, I don't know how many, that would have been used for the stroll this year. Now, shipping those to people who may donate at a certain level, you know, we have to account for that. We've got to account for packaging and postage. So we're going to have to sit down and come up with a budget as to how much we are willing to spend.
So we need a subcommittee.
Yeah.
Okay. When do you want to start, boss lady?
Anytime.
What is our percentage for the art stroll advertising and such? We just stick with that.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Sally. I think, Tom, you would know those numbers a little better. Do we spend $1,000, $2,000
For advertising?
for the whole shebang to put
It
on
was
the
a
whole?
percentage. It's a percentage.
Oh,
And I don't remember. what it is.
So for the ticket sales,
Mhm.
is that what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about the percentage that we set aside for decorations and
that's
Expensive.
We said about 25% is what you guys presented to council last year when you talked about your fundraising goals, and 25% was to put it on and to put back into the event.
okay.
Okay.
So maybe
And so
we
that
don't have to do
25% of whatever it was, and this year we didn't even come close. I think we spent like 2,000.
something like that.
Yeah,
It's been a while
I
since
mean,
I
this
looked at
would
those
be a very
numbers.
cost-effective thing if we do it that way. I did talk with Donna, and with the whole Bill Memorial thing in mind, she has 2 prints of Bill's work that we could use as kind of the ultimate, you know, perk for the higher end folks. I was also thinking, you know, we could do some of the greeting cards and either buy them from Donna or Allie, because she's got them over at, you know, help our businesses over at Happy Trails. Those are easier to ship than glasses.
Yes,
would
they
be
are.
much more
And
Cost effective.
it would also fit in for what we're trying to do to honor Bill.
Exactly. I agree.
Right, okay.
So,
Totally.
you know, that would be kind of a win-win, whether it be Donna or Allie supplying the cards. I just think that's kind of a nice.
Well, I would, since Allie is so supportive, she would probably give them to us a little bit of above cost.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, let's kind of keep it so that it helps the
Right.
community as well. Let's not, you know, since we have a little bit of money to work with, let's not.
Yep.
Just go ahead and give some of it out. And
Exactly.
she does do the gallery, so and we do support the arts.
Yeah. So I think these are the kind of budget things that we're going to need to have a committee. So if anybody is interested in sitting on that little subcommittee, please let me know either now or sometime soon.
I would like to, Sally.
Okay.
And I'll help.
Pam, okay.
I'll help.
Wow. All right. Okay.
She-
I'm kind of a given, aren't I? Okay. So I think that's plenty. One of the other elements of expense that I did want to bring up is, you know, if we want to do this right, we want to have some really good footage. And that means someone that knows what the heck they're doing. So that said, I have talked with Kyle about being involved in this, and COVID permitting, there are probably some ways to get some of these in-person interviews and on-site interviews between now and then, but only COVID permitting. And Kyle has been, once again, thank you, Kyle, very generous in donating his time and expertise to do this.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yes.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yes, thank you, Kyle.
And there may be a secondary with Cullen Purser, some other involvement, in which case we need to know if that's a paid for service or donated in some way. I'm not even there yet in my head, but these are part of the things that the budget committee will need to talk about. Okay?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to circle back here. Did we get clear on a launch date? I don't want us to start in on all of this and not be clear on when's our end date, because I want to set a very distinct timeline for this campaign.
So I can tell you that if you have a goal of February 5th, that will work. But the March 6th at the end time, if you're not ready by February 5th and it takes longer to do it, and your 60 days gets pushed back, I don't see that being a problem, because I already know that Jeff's not going to be able to get all the artwork done that
Right.
soon.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think March is better to start a launch of March 6th.
So that we can do this thing properly and really get our ducks in a row. Do you think a March 6th kickoff?
I think
That would have been our stroll date.
I think that's a good idea, because people expect something at that point in time for the stroll.
Yeah.
So,
And it also coincides with what Tom said about them starting to do some work on the roundabouts in that time frame.
Exactly.
Then
And we
people are
can-
going to see some movement.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very motivating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I think let's go for that. March 6th will be our launch date.
Okay.
And we will, as Pavia mentioned, we'll start it at 30 days for an undecided dollar amount at this point. We can extend it another 30 if we feel like we need more time.
Well, and then we'll know. We get the Lions Club. We'll have a better
Exactly.
idea.
Yeah, that's a good point, Patty. Okay. So we have a budget subcommittee. If there is anyone that is wanting to help me with a timeline, Marion,
I am happy to help you with that.
Thank you, dear. No, this is like, she's like timeline, you know, I'm timeline challenged and she is like on it. So I'm gonna have her crack the whip here.
Okay, it's in writing.
Thank you.
I'll come up with something and then everybody can weigh in.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
okay,
Okay.
all
Sounds
right.
good.
So
I'm
just
feeling
let me
real
know
good
when
about
you
this.
guys want to have these subcommittee meetings. We are going to have to
Okay.
do them through Zoom.
You bet.
We're not allowing any city meetings in person for the time being. So once you guys decide when those are, let me know and I'll set you up a Zoom link.
Okay.
And I'll get my act together on.
And I definitely will sit in on the budget one.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I'll try to get a clearer picture of exactly what, so I got to make sure my numbers matched up with Margaret's numbers in finance to let you know what exactly where we stand money for this year wise
Okay.
and what we'll be able to carry over to next year.
Okay. Terrific. Thank you. And just a quick aside, if you've not seen the mural over at the Dinosaur Museum, get over there. It is fantastic.
It is cool.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Oh, and
There's also a
awesome.
new gallery in town.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Sally. I
Yeah.
think some of us have been over there.
Yes. I've
The
seen it.
Fruta Art Gallery. Kind of a groovy concept. There's it's overflow seating for camellias in the middle, and all the gallery walls are leased to the gallery along with a small section of shelving at this point. So she is just getting going as far as I can, you know, I spoke with her the other day and
That's
it came
great.
together in like 2 weeks. So
That's
they're a little
easy.
shell shocked at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine.
Great to have a gallery again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So thank you for mentioning that, Sally.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else?
Tom, can I vote on the October thing? I just looked.
Secret ballot, secret ballot.
Oh, that's right.
Got to
Okay.
send me the email.
I'll send you the email.
All right.
I don't want you to get booed. I don't want you to get booed if you pick a picture that no one else likes.
No, I don't.
Seems like everybody picked a different picture,
like
so we might need.
No, we have one that has 2 votes.
Okay, well.
And Pavia's vote actually makes no one else picked the one that Pavia picked either. So it's 2 to 1 to 1, 1 and 1.
Okay.
Well, you said it was a secret ballot, Tom.
That I didn't say which ones y'all picked. There's like 14 photos,
I'm just kidding.
but it's one picture in particular has 2 votes. The rest have.
Yeah.
There were 22. There were 22 photos.
22.
Something? I mean, we had
Yeah.
six or something at one point, so it's catching on, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so next meeting is the official meeting is the 9th of December, 5:30
Turn
via
around.
Zoom. And
And we'll try to do it the right way and have Shannon send you guys the email, and I'll make sure I get the email as
okay,
well.
and
Since
I'll
I was
figure out
supposed
how
to
to do
host
it
it.
between now and then. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Tom, do you want to be on Mondays 5:15 for the? I have Zoom, so I could, it's up to you.
I don't think I need to be on that one.
No, it's not urgent right now, but we do need to kind of have it ready for after the first of the year. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't think I need to be on that one.
okay, good deal.
Excellent. Okay, then let's adjourn and maybe go have a little bite to eat or something.
Or
Thanks,
something.
everybody.
Sounds good.
Again,
All right,
Hold up,
thank
Michelle.
you.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank